Hi everyone, today we are going to start to learn about the VI editor. So for example, the editor which we use in the Windows is Notepad. So similarly, there is an editor which is used in the Linux operating system which is called as VI editor. So let's start by seeing the command for VI editor. So these are the notes that I am making with the video and I will provide them in the description box and you will be able to see them. So the command is vi and file name. So what is this vi command used for? So it is used to create or open a text file for editing, right? So this is the vi command which is used for. So let's see an example. So we are here in the root. Let's go into the documents. So in the documents, we have the complete report. So let's create a new report, right? So by this, the new report is created. Now, when we type VIM new report or VI new report, so we will get into this particular file, right? So in this particular file, we have to write like this is our console in analogy, in similarity with this particular notepad. So basically we can say that by typing this command we have opened the notepad. Now suppose if I want to write something here, so we have to press I here. So after pressing I, you will see the option will appear which is escape here, right? So I can say hi, this is my first file. Nice editor, nice work, work hard, right? So these are the lines that I have written. Now suppose if I want to save this particular file, so how can I save this particular file, right? So if I want to save this particular file, I have to press on escape. So after pressing the escape, the insert button is gone. Now I cannot write anything here. Now after pressing the escape, I have to press on semicolon. After pressing the semicolon, it will appear here and I have to save and quit. Suppose if I just want to save it, right? So I will press on this button. So this is saved into the new report, right? You can see 4 lines, 57 bits written, right? So it's saved here, right? It's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines. So right, it is saved here. Now let's suppose if I want to save and quit, then I will press semicolon and WQ. Right, now let's go back to new report as we need to see more examples. So if we want to edit the return file, we just have to press insert. By pressing I, it will go into the insert mode. And also if I want to insert in the beginning of time, capital E is used. So if capital E, by which I can insert in the first line in the beginning to go to the insert mode. Now suppose if I want to append the text after the current circle cursor, so I have to press for A here, after which I will be able to append the file further, right? So this is how the Vim editor or the VI editor works. Hi there, so as we were explaining, so suppose Let's talk about the first option. So, which we have seen now is I, which is used to insert the text at current cursor, right? Cursor position, right? Now the next one I'm going to tell you about is I. So insert text at beginning of the line. For example, let's try out. So I'm pressing Ctrl I. So here you can see I can insert something in the beginning, right? So let's talk about another command which is A. So append the text after current cursor, right? So let's see example, if my cursor is here, let's suppose here, right? I will press an A. So as you can see, I can append the editor. I can make it GREAT. Nice, great editor, right? So by A, I can insert after the cursor. So with the capital A, append in the end of line, right? So let's see for capital A. Let's suppose we are here and let's suppose I press Control A. So in the end of line, I can press regularly, right? So this is how the capital E command is used. So suppose I want to insert a line inside my editor. So how that can it be done? Using the command insert a line below the cursor position, right? So let's try it out. Let's have our cursor here. Let's press O. So we can see new line space is created, right? So what are the commands that I can use? We can also use a capital O, which insert a line above current cursor position. Right now, let's suppose if I want to replace something, like if I have done any spelling wrong. So instead of erasing the whole text, what I can do is that I can just put an R here. I will just put an R here and I will replace the one single character like R T, right? So using the R command, we can replace a single character. And the difference is in the R command, the mode doesn't go to the insert mode, it just changes one character. At cursor position. So that's all the addition commands for VI editor. Also, with the addition commands, we can see the quit commands. For example, after pressing the escape button, For simple quit without saving, we can press Q. It will not save all the work that we have done. If we simply want to save, we can press W. So you can see that our work is saved. If we want to save and quit, we can press WQ. So it will save our work. Also some commands which are used in VI editor. For example, let's suppose we are in the new report. So suppose as we have seen the insert commands, the addition commands, and we have seen the exit commands. So let's see some commands. Suppose we want to copy a line. So let's copy a line this right. So copy a line, we have copied it, and suppose I want to paste it here. So I can paste it here. So by pressing Y, we can copy any command. For example, let's copy this command, new line space, and let's paste it here below, right? So we can do easy copy pasting. Suppose if I want to delete this line from here, I can press double D, so which will delete this in the small letter. We have to type double D. Also, if we want to search for something, for example, I want to search for space. So I can find space just by pressing this forward slash in the command board. We can simply search for it. For example, let's search for hard. So these are all the basic commands which are used. Also, we can use Control R instead of Control Z if we want to redo any change. So remember Control R. So that's all for all the Linux commands. Thank you for being with me today.